This broadcast is partnered by Venice AI. Have you ever thought about what an AI is doing with your chat history? Did you know that Alexa listens in to recommend products and Meta retargets us based on what we click? Most AI platforms like ChatGPT store everything you say and attach it to your identity. They even tend to share it with third parties or other unknown entities. One may ask themselves, why am I handing over my data so easily? That's when today's partners come in. Venice AI. Venice AI prioritizes privacy. It is a private, permissionless AI platform that keeps your data safe. As a creator, I personally use it to brainstorm video ideas, create thumbnails, and also use it to clean up any posts I put on social media. I'm not the best writer, so it's always good to have something to make sure what I write is understood and readable. So if you're ready to level up your experience and keep your privacy intact, you can sign up using my link, venice.ai/Alyx, to get 20% off its pro plan. So don't miss out. Level up your AI experience with Venice AI today.
Ladies and gentlemen, the truth shall set you free. Our truth, now going by Ron Killings, is officially back in the WWE literally mere weeks after it was announced that WWE would not be renewing his contract. They listened to the fans. And they gave them what they wanted. It's official. It's been reported by PW Insider, Fightful Select. He's back. Now, what is the length of this contract? What are the terms of this contract? We don't know. But here's what we do know. He's not our truth anymore. He's officially Ron Killings. Yeah. They gave him back his real name. Ron the Truth Killings. And when he came back, you noticed he was serious. It isn't the same R-Truth that we come to love. That's not saying he won't be funny here and there. He won't show some comedy. But it's looking like he's serious again. I'm loving it. Here's the thing. We all know, even though he's back, I don't really see him doing much outside of maybe winning a mid-card title here and there, which is great. They'll probably send him after John Cena. Maybe they'll do a match with John Cena at Night of Champions, which would be great, by the way. We got to get that back. But regardless of what they do with him, this is someone that was beloved. That is beloved by not just the fans, but also the locker room. He has the respect of every wrestler in the business. And seeing the backlash they got, you had to know, if they didn't bring him back, it was only going to get worse. Their image was on the line here. And so they brought him back. Good on them. Good on Triple H. Good on Nick Khan, Ari Emanuel, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That's one thing we will give them over Vince McMahon. Because if this was Vince, I seriously doubt Truth would be back. Vince would have ignored all those chants and just told them, they'll be all right. They'll be okay. They'll get over it. Just give them a couple weeks to get it out of their system. No. They brought him back. And apparently, based off of what PW Insider is saying, they brought him back 72 hours ago. They re-signed him this week. That's awesome, man. I am happy for R-Truth. He deserves to have a place on the roster. And even if they don't give him a world title run, at the very least, he's someone that brings some kind of interest, some kind of intrigue to that television show. And when he's done and he truly retires, he wants to hang it up, he can get a Legends deal. He can get a Legends deal and do media. He doesn't have to be released. You didn't need to fire him. And I'm happy that they made the right call on that. So, despite R-Truth being there, I thought this was a great show. This was a great PLE, great pay-per-view by the WWE. Los Angeles is currently going through a raid right now. We're not going to get into it. This is not a political channel. But if you were wondering what was going on around that area, the people in Los Angeles are currently rioting. They're currently hitting the streets because of what's happening with the ICE raids. And apparently, they're getting ready to send in the National Guard. It's getting pretty nasty down there. So if you're watching from Los Angeles, please be careful. Please be careful. Because I'm scared it's about to get a lot worse. But staying with the show, the crowd that was there was awesome. I absolutely loved the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Outside of a couple of spots in there that were, I don't know, it's like they took a long time to get set up. So it felt kind of dead for a little bit, but then it picked back up. Outside of those spots, this was a great match. And the right person won, Naomi. I felt like out of all 6 women, she had the most to gain from winning this. And now she gets to carry that into the feud she's having with Jade, who I guarantee is going to win the women's Queen of the Ring. And then we'll get her, Jade, coming up against Tiffany Stratton for SummerSlam. Somewhere in there, Bianca will be added. And then we'll get those 3 competing for the championship. You know that's going to happen, right? You got to get the belt involved with Naomi, Bianca, and Jade. That's where the title should be. No offense to Tiffany Stratton. The title should be on Naomi, period, because of her acting. She has really taken this role and ran with it. She's become this role. Proceed with caution. Try again. Sorry. Proceed with caution. I love it. Good stuff. The men's Money in the Bank was good. Not a fan of the winner. Not saying they can't do anything with it. Clearly, if they're giving the briefcase to Seth Rollins, the plan is to have him fail. Why is he going to fail? Because Roman Reigns is going to interfere, cost him, and then that will lead into a match between Roman and Seth. Or Punk is going to interfere and cost him. Or both. Punk and Roman are going to interfere and cost Seth. Well, honestly, because it's Sammy, Punk, and Roman taking on Seth's group. We'll figure it out. I'm not too sure yet if the group we have with Seth, Paul, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, if that's going to be what it is, if we're not going to expand yet. We probably will expand, but we'll see. Do I think that Seth needed this, though? I'll be honest with you, no. He doesn't need it. Seth is a Money in the Bank briefcase. Where Seth is, he doesn't need to earn it. He could just get the title shot because he's Seth Rollins. He's already a main event player. I'm serious. I don't really think he needed this. I would have given it to LA Knight. If not, El Grande Americano. I mean, he's a legend. Not to be confused with Chad Gable, who's also a legend. But this felt like LA Knight's to win. Just like it felt like his to win in 2023. If he competes for it next year, he better win it. Because I think fans are starting to get behind the idea of LA Knight being a world champion. I can't be the only one. So, let's see what they do with it. I guarantee you Seth is not going to succeed in his cash-in. More than likely, Roman, if not Punk, will interfere. My original pick to take that belt off of Jay was Logan Paul. I still feel like it's going to be Logan Paul. But we'll see. SummerSlam is just, a little over a month away? Let's see. Maybe 2 months, right? About 2 months away. A little bit under 2 months. The rest of the show. I thought Dominic Mysterio versus, was it Octagon Jr.? Octagon Jr. was a great match. By the way, we will be talking about Worlds Collide. Excellent show. Do not worry. I have a special slot specifically for Worlds Collide. It was an excellent show, and I cannot wait to talk about it. But anyways, that match was great. Becky Lynch won the women's IC title. So what I thought originally was going to happen at Backlash happened here. And I was thinking, man, like, the time to put the belt on Becky would have been Backlash. So if they're not going to do it, maybe the plan is to not give her the belt and use this to set up a feud between Becky and Bayley. No, it looks like they're going full forward, they're going all in with the feud between Becky and Lyra. And then I'm assuming Becky's gonna lose that belt because of a Bayley interference. Maybe at Evolution? Maybe that's when Bayley returns and causes her. Because I think the match to do for SummerSlam is some kind of match involving Becky and Bayley. You gotta do it. You gotta do Becky and Bayley at SummerSlam. Somehow. Maybe you'll do a triple threat. Lyra, Becky, and Bayley. Let's see what happens. But Becky's your IC champ. Love the fact that Becky made fun of Lyra, made her, of course, raise her hand and then wrap the bell around her. Then she got attacked. Love that. That was great. Overall, it was a great show. I had no issues with it whatsoever. Again, we still have plenty of time before SummerSlam. But it does feel like things are heating up. Things are starting to heat up a little bit. It was cold post-WrestleMania there, because every year it gets cold post-WrestleMania. But now things are picking up again. Storylines are starting to get interesting. This upcoming Monday, Jey Uso will take on Gunther. And you already know how I think that's going to go. I am predicting Goldberg returns and costs Gunther. And then we get Goldberg's retirement match against Gunther at SummerSlam, where Gunther will be Goldberg. That would be dope. And then we got Nikki Bella. Apparently Nikki Bella. I said Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella is making her return. I don't know if she's making her return as a full-time wrestler or it's just a one-off. I don't know. But she's coming back with no Brie Bella, by the way. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot to get into. So I'm not going to waste your time. Let's go ahead and move things along. We had to talk about Worlds Collide and R-Truth's return and everything else surrounding that. Also, can't forget, the Superchat Championships are on the line. Both the World and the International Championship will be on the line. And apparently, I just got word that Drew Usher will not be defending his belt. So we will have a new International Super Chat champ. But will we have a new World champ? We'll find out. So let's move things along. Let's do the preliminary stuff. Say hello to the people. And get right to the reviews of tonight's broadcast. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edits help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership, click that join button, and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing. Whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads, follow us on Discord, follow me on Blue Sky, where the skies are clearer. And give me a follow on TikTok, for I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi. And please get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alyx guy? Then join the club. Get you an I'm a Just Alyx guy t-shirt. Hot up the press. Sorry, can't go too hard with that right now. Got a little strep throat, but we're working through it. Also, get you an old school Gillespie t-shirt, get you a new school Alyx's World t-shirt, and many, many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned, join the cause, expand the brand today right here, and Alyx's World. Thank you all so much for joining me for this lovely, lovely live stream. Let's take a second to say hello to the people. Show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra, Shine Nice and Fire Star Heart, Alyx, Ademi, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, Khalil does everything. Huh? Wait, Dylan Danger. We also got Teflon Don, The Mod Father, Zeno, Enigma, and of course, Big MGM, because they help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. Please be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. So ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, the Super Chat Championships are on the line. Both of them. Both the World and International Championships. So here's how you win them. You have to donate the most money. Now, the guy that donates the most, first place, will be the World Champ. Second place will be the International Champ. And both of you will get to decide when and where you want to defend those belts. You can defend them anywhere. You can defend them at Night of Champions, Evolution, SummerSlam. Hell, you can defend them on Monday Night Raw, Weekly Raw, SmackDown, for all I care. You're the champ, you decide. But outside of that, ladies and gentlemen, we already have a Super Chat Championship donation. And it comes from the champ himself. The champ is here, so let's hear it. From the Kiss Dylan, Willin, Dylan, son of a gun. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him. The Kiss Dylan, Willin, Dylan, son of a gun. Kiss the girls, make them cry. Jabroni beating, pie eating, trailblazing, eyebrow raising. World champion, 3 Diglets. Let me get a yeah in the live chat for 3 Diglets. Good to have you here, sir. Starting things off hot with $100. So $100 is the amount to be if you want to be the Super Chat champion. And I believe in second place is, well, I want to be fair here. Let me get the donations. JB Snackin' with $4. So there you go. It's 3 Diglets and JB Snackin'. We're going to see how crazy this gets. They said the music is silent. Was the music silent? Really? That's interesting. Oh no, was it silent? Can I play it again? Let me see. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's crazy. Hold on for a minute. Are you serious? Did it hold me? Hold on, 3 Diggers. We're gonna try this again. There we go. Do you hear it now? Do y'all hear it now?
The truth has set me free.
Okay, did you hear it that time? Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened. How come y'all didn't hear it? Okay, you know what, Streamlabs? Streamlabs, don't be screwing over my champions. All right, my peoples wants to hear the musics in their chats written. When they gives me the monies, they need to get the musics in the chats. Don't be messing me over. Dag nabbit. Sorry about that, y'all. Was it playing before, or it seems to be okay now.
A former international champ is here. Not competing for both titles cause I have Comic-Con coming up. I'll be commentating just in case crazy happens.
Well, Ronwell, you're now in the lead, at least for the second title, even though you're not competing, because the secondary title is was held by Drew Usher, who is not competing, and currently you eclipsed JB Snackin' with $5.
you not think Goldberg final match will be at Atlanta in his hometown Saturday night main event, you ally?
I mean, it could be there too. It literally could be at SummerSlam or there. So Sam Peeboone and Ronwell Nogales are tied unless Ronwell is actually stepping away. Then I guess Sam Peeboone takes second place. Are you sure? I mean, it's up to you, Ronwell Nogales, because if you're not competing, I can just go ahead and give second place to Sammy. But regardless, $5 is second place, $100 is first place. The amount to beat is $100. So let's get here. Let's get to these shout-outs really quickly. Who's here? Who here? Of course, you've already saw him donate. Former Super Chat champion, JB Snackin'. We also got Wayface, Killa, Illa, We got Nathaniel Cranshaw, Trey Lucado, JJ, who let the dogs out? Ooh, JJ Bulldog. Steve Jacobson. Now, Steve Jacobson just turned 35 today. It is his 35th birthday, so we're going to do it right. Me.
Why does Cody Rhodes come off so disingenuous? Just like his daddy. R.I.P. New Jack. Happy birthday and R.I.P. Prince. The truth has set us all free. Ronnie Killings has returned boy. Face with symbols on mouth. Face with symbols on mouth.
All right, well, that got cut off. Sage Advice takes second place with $10. I think that is your first donation, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that, sir. Good to have you here. Yeah, people have been saying Cody comes off as disingenuous for a while there. But, Ron Truth. Is it Ronnie Killings, Ron Killings? Ron Truth is Ron Killings, right? Ron Killings is back, bro. I agree with you there. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for the donations. Let me get back to these shout-outs, though. All right, where did I get left off here? Steve Jacobson is celebrating his 35th birthday. And I think it's time we give him that birthday song. Me. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. With a strep throat, too. Got that strep throat, and I still hit them notes. Welcome. Thank you for being here for your birthday. Taylor Thomas, not to be confused with Taylor Thompson, who's another person who usually attends these live streams, but he's not here. Chris, Wrestling Views, big supporter of mine. Good to have you here, Chris. Rickardy, yeah, good to have you here, Rickardy. I see, is that Debit Money Adams? Sorry, let me try that again. Debit money. Debit Money Adams. Good to have you here, sir. Is that Game Shock? Good to see you. Dragon Fruit 786 HD. Interesting name. Tyler O. He says, "What's good?" What's good? I like doing that. What's hood? QJC. Ladies and gentlemen, I just saw that we're in the presence of royalty. I want everybody to give it up for the premier reaction channel here in the wrestling YouTube space. Say hello to A&B Convos. Wrestling edition. Ladies and gentlemen, A&B is in his house. They just got done doing their live stream, watching Money in the Bank. And let me tell y'all something. They're the best. And I think they're gearing up to do an interview with somebody too. Another wrestling reactor. Forgot her name, but I think I've seen some of her clips on Twitter. So, good to have you guys here. If you haven't been subscribing to A&B Combos, please do, because they're about to cross 30,000 subscribers. 30,000 subscribers. Drew Usher, ladies and gentlemen, former Super Chat champ. I say former because he will not be defending his belt, by the way. And that is unfortunate. Because I already know if he wanted to, he could probably give Three Diglets a hard time. But homeboy bought himself a Nintendo Switch 2. Was that expensive, by the way? Probably. A couple more. Asuna Luna. I also see Rue Punk, Jordan Williams, and the last one's gonna go to. Who's it gonna go to? Who's it gonna go to? Maybe Rated L? Rated L. Rated L. Alright, one more. We'll give the last one to Jody Bennett. Woo! What up, Jody? Good to have you here. Alright. Let's go ahead and keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for joining me here. You could be anywhere else. Let's keep it moving. We're gonna go ahead and move on to, I guess, my review of Worlds Collide. My review of Worlds Collide. Oh my god, the Nintendo Switch was $500. I thought it was like at least I thought it was $450. Well, with taxes, it's probably $500. Jesus Christ. That's crazy, y'all. It better be good. Nintendo Switch? Man, it better be pristine. Over here, making y'all pay an arm and a leg. That's crazy, man. Look. No offense, but when games come out, the first games, I don't get it immediately. I don't get it immediately, because there's always something wrong with them. You know what I mean? But, I hope it's good, man. I hope you enjoy yourself. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and close out round 1. Three Diggles is in the lead with 100. And second place, I guess, is Sage Advice, right? Sage Advice for $10. So we will decide both champs by the end of the night. But go ahead and keep donating, and we'll get back to the Super Chats at the end of the stream. So before we had Money in the Bank, we had another show. Another show called AAA versus NXT, well, WWE NXT, Worlds Collide. It was treated like an NXT PLE, although it had WWE and NXT talent together. This show was awesome. Look, I am a huge fan of Lucha Underground. This took me back to my Lucha Underground roots. Who here used to watch Lucha Underground? Well, if you loved Lucha Underground, you absolutely adored this show. This really felt like they got with the writers of Lucha Underground and had them make the show for a day. I'm not kidding you. This was fantastic. All around, I loved it. And match of the night, probably match of the weekend, and definitely a match of the year candidate, was the AAA Mega Championship main event. El Hijo del Vikingo versus I'm proud to be an American and a big Chad Gable fan. Thank you! That match was stupendous. Outstanding. The stuff they did in that match, you will rarely see done better in WWE this year. So yes, it is a match of the year candidate. Definitely one of the best matches I've seen Chad Gable have. He deserves a championship. He deserves something. Anything. I was hoping he would get the briefcase. He didn't. But after that match with El Hijo del Vikingo, they better give him something. That man has been having classic matches, unseen, unheard of, unrespected, disrespected classic matches under the radar. One of the best workers they've had in decades. And for some reason, they don't reward him. He's over here putting everybody else over, making everybody else look good, but they don't want to give him a title. I don't get it, man. They better give him one. He should have had one last year. He should have been Gunther for that IC title. But, alright. I hope this woke him up. I also love the Fatal 4-Way for the North American Championship. Ethan Page, Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Rey Fenix. Now, this match was their, I won't say car crash match, but it was essentially the popcorn, spot fest, fast-paced, high-flying, luchador-styled match with a little bit of that WWE style mixed in there from Ethan Page. Look, Ethan Page is going to be big. He might not be like the guy. I don't know, he might be. But he's adapted to the WWE style like it's nothing. The things he's able to do, we've already known. We've already known he's an all-around athlete. But he's able to take all that, but also blend in that WWE magic. He got his little taunt every time he does something. But it meshed so well with Rey Fenix, Laredo Kid's style. And then, of course, you had Javon Evans in there, this kid is so young, but he's so good. So good so early. He's going to be massive for the company when he gets in his prime. Seriously. They kept the belt on Ethan Page, as they should, because he's too good with that belt. The women's tag match, Stephanie Becker worked 3 matches. 1 on SmackDown, and then 2 tonight. Well, 2 as in on the same night. Not on the same show, but literally on Saturday. 1 in this show here, AAA show, and then, of course, Money in the Bank. I'm shocked she didn't injure herself. I don't recommend them doing that with a lot of wrestlers, because that could open them up to injury in a multitude of ways. But Stephanie did her thing. She did her thing. And she came out surprisingly okay. So that, I think, was her send-off match. That might have been her last match on NXT before moving her up. The other matches, Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana. So let me stop really quickly. Mr. Iguana is somebody that, for me, I didn't know about until I watched this match. I love him instantly. Matter of fact, WWE call him up. Just move everybody up from AAA, just put him on the main roster. And then have Mr. Iguana be like the face of the entire show. It's so ridiculous, but it works so well. I loved it. It's so silly, but it's so awesome at the same time. They had a very fun match with Lucha Underground. LWO. Did Lince Dorado? I don't think anybody from LWO, except for Rey Mysterio, wrestled in Lucha Underground. Well, LWO took on Octagon Jr.'s group, and this is how they set up Dominic Mysterio and Octagon Jr., because after Octagon Jr. won his match, Dominic Mysterio came in and challenged them to an IC title match, and that's how they got on Money in the Bank, which I like. I actually like it done that way, the spontaneity of it, and it fits. It fits with what they were doing with the show. And I was just very confused going into this weekend about why we had 4 matches. I'm like, seriously? 4 Triple H? We couldn't add one more? There was always a plan to add one more, but he was going to do it using the AAA Worlds Collide show, giving you a reason to watch every show. So I appreciate that. The last match was Legado del Fantasma taking on Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown. Everyone loves Psycho Clown. That's a noteworthy name for AAA. Another fun match. Look, if you are somebody that's into Lucha Libre, if you are in love with Lucha Underground, if you are a fan of that style of wrestling, I highly, highly recommend you go watch this show. I didn't grade it. If I was to give it, if I was to give it a grade, yeah, it'd be an A. I thought it was a fantastic show. It'd be an A. Was it better than Money in the Bank? Yeah. Overall, I thought Worlds Collide was a much better show than Money in the Bank. But not by a lot, though. Because I thought this year's Money in the Bank was a great show. But please, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go watch AAA NXT WWE Worlds Collide. So with that being said, we are going to move things along, ladies and gentlemen, to our Money in the Bank review. Once again, I want to thank my good friend, Zeno Enigma, for making these sweet, sweet covers. He is the one that designs all of this. And so, I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for him. Let's keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen. Money in the Bank was live in Los Angeles. Now, if you were wondering why it looked a little empty in there at first, once again, there are currently riots in Los Angeles, and it's disrupting a lot of things, and a lot of the people who are coming probably got caught up in that. The thing is, though, they sold out the stadium, or the arena that they were in. I think, what is it, WrestleTix? WrestleTix has them at, 17,000. 17,000 strong, so the show sold out. It just looked empty because of the riots going on. Again, this is not a political channel. I'm not going to get into it. If you want my thoughts politically, follow me on Raw Cognizance. I'm on TikTok. I'm on YouTube. This is not the channel for politics, because if I get into politics, it's just going to get divisive, and I'm not doing that. But if you're wondering why it looked a little empty in there, that's why. It was because people are dealing with ICE raids, sadly. If you are in Los Angeles, please be safe. If you're watching me from Los Angeles, please be safe and give me some updates. You can message me personally on all platforms. Let's kick things off the right way with the women. The women's Money in the Bank. The people in this match: Roxanne Perez, Julia, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Naomi, and Stephanie Becker. Awesome match. Crazy spots. There was a few moments in here where it felt like it took them forever to set up the spots. I'm not kidding. I did feel like I was dozing off probably towards the end there, because it was like nothing's happening. They're just standing there hitting each other. No one's climbing a ladder, and everyone's moving very slow. I think somewhere in the midst of all this, they got lost and they were trying to remember their spots, and that's why it just kind of felt like it came to a full stop at some points in the match. But outside of those small moments where it felt like people got lost, when they got to the moments, they hit it every single time. Like, there wasn't really a botch or a messed up spot, a messed up moment in this match. So honestly, I'll be real with you. I'd rather it be done this way. I'd rather they take their time, get into the spot, and then hit it correctly, than rush, mess up, and then injure themselves. You get what I mean? So overall, awesome match. Crazy spots. Let me see which ones stick out to me. Oh, shoot, all of them. Roxanne Perez doing that double springboard moonsault on Rhea Ripley was nasty. That was a crazy spot. That's what I remember. I need to start taking notes on the spots that stick out to me. I'm going to start doing that from now on. Naomi, though, going into this match, she was the one that I felt should win the Money in the Bank briefcase. They could have given it to pretty much anybody, really, except Rhea Ripley, because she doesn't need it. But I felt like the one that needed it the most was definitely Naomi. And she won it. She won it. I feel like the story they're getting ready to tell with Naomi, Jade Cargill, potentially Bianca Belair, that needs to have the women's title in it. And that title should be around the waist of Naomi. She's literally the best act they got going across the board. She has engulfed herself into this heel persona. Proceed with caution. And made it her own. And she's doing the best work of her career. And I think because of that, she should be rewarded with the title. Now, people have been saying that there's a potential that she'll fail her cash in because Jade might screw her. I would prefer it if that doesn't happen. What I hope happens, just kind of moving forward here, I think Jade is going to win Queen of the Ring. I think we're going to get Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam. I think Naomi cashes in there. And I think Bianca helps her win. And that's when we get Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I'm predicting that right now. I could be absolutely wrong, but I'm hoping that's what we get. This was an awesome match. Card crash. Everybody looked good. No botches. So if you can get past the slow moments, you'll love it like I did. So, great way to open. And honestly, from the opening match, the momentum never died. It was just a great show across the board. It slowed down in the main event a little bit, but for the most part, the first 4 matches was a breeze. Next up, IC Championship. Men's IC Championship match. Dominic Mysterio, the champ, taking on Octagon Jr. We talked about him in Worlds Collide. Great match. I feel like Dom works better when he's wrestling a luchador because his style is tailor-made for luchador wrestling. He was trained by Eddie Ray. Well, kayfabe, he was trained by Eddie. But no, he was trained by Ray, his dad. And so they work a specific style. So anytime he's in there with a Dragon Lee, a Rey Mysterio, an Octagon Jr., a Vikingo, a Rey Fenix, a Pentagon Jr., he works so much better because that's his style, right? But when he's working with Cody Rhodes and LA Knight, he has to change up his style a little bit. It doesn't mesh as well. So this was a great match, and it was good seeing him actually work a luchador style and remind people, hey, he can actually wrestle. But he won, retained, and he is going to go on to leave Liv Morgan for Roxanne Perez because she gave him some nuggies. I'm calling it now. He's going to dump Liv Morgan for Roxanne, and they're probably messing around behind her back right now. I'm just saying. The other Intercontinental Championship match, the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Lyra Valkyria defended her belt against the man, Becky Lynch. Now, this match, just like their match in May, Backlash, very physical. Ground and pound, very rough. They beat the piss out of each other. And you're starting to see what Becky's really trying to do here. You want to see them wrestle more because they're making it personal. And the more personal it gets, the more physical they're going to get. And I respect the fact that Becky is going out of her way to make Lyra look as good as possible, which I think is a great thing to see. I think that is awesome. And Lyra's coming into her own. I still think she needs a little bit more work on the microphone, just a little bit, but that's just me personally. Inside the ring, she's already there. She's excellent inside the ring, and I can see why WWE is investing in her this early. So the outcome that I thought we were going to get last month, we got tonight. Becky Lynch beats Lyra. Dirty. She pulled on her tights, but she beat her. And then afterwards, she wins the belt. Lyra has to raise her hand. So that's what Lyra does. Lyra raises her hand because she's respectful. But then Becky pushes it. She's like, now raise my arm to all 4 corners of the ring. And Lyra's like, you're pushing it, bitch. But fine. Raises her arm to all corners of the ring. And then Becky goes, now wrap the title around my waist, peasant. She didn't say peasant, but she might as well have. And Lyra's like, okay, bitch. I got you. Let me shine it for you too. So she wrapped it around her waist. Becky's gloating. And as soon as it's around her waist, boom, she drops her with her finisher and lays Becky out. So this is going to continue. This feud is going to continue. They're most likely going to do one more match at Evolution. Evolution is a mystery. Evolution or... Well, actually, because it's Saturday night's main event and Evolution. Ooh, I'm gonna keep it safe and say Evolution, but they could, who knows? They'll probably end up doing one more at Night of Champions and then another one at Evolution, and that's when Bayley shows up. Eventually, Bayley's gotta show up here. I predicted that she was gonna show up tonight. That was my prediction. I'm thinking, okay, Bayley either shows up tonight, or she shows up, or Becky wins and they show up at a later date. But Bayley is essentially going to be the reason why Becky loses that belt. Right? The whole idea is to cost Becky the championship because Becky cost Bayley her WrestleMania moment. So now I would think if the plan is to do Becky and Bayley, we would need to get that belt off of Becky, probably. Man. Look, latest, it's gotta be Evolution. And I think even that's pushing it. Because that's July 13th, right? Will Becky and Bayley have enough time to build their feud? I mean, it's about, what, 3 weeks before? Regardless of when it happens, it's gotta happen soon. Otherwise, it's probably not gonna happen. But I have a feeling that Becky will lose that belt back to Lyra because Bayley will make it work. She'll come in and screw her. But Becky currently is your new IC champ, and they're going to continue their feud. Can't wait for that. Men's Money in the Bank. Now this one was interesting. We had Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, yeah. Sorry, let me try that again. LA Knight, yeah. Seth freaking Rollins, Penta, Cero Miedo, Andrade, El Idolo. And of course, I'm proud to be an Americano and a big El Grande fan. Gracias! El Grande Americano, who is not Chad Gable. Your accusations will not be tolerated. There's Chad Gable. And there's El Grande Americano. One wears a mask, one doesn't. One's from America, one's from the Gulf of America. See the difference? Got it? It's simple. Now, this match was great. Props to Solo Sikoa. So, I gotta talk about it. Out of nowhere, Solo Sikoa got a personality. I don't know where it came from, but I love it. I wish he would have had it all along. The personality that he had first, where he was the hitman under Roman Reigns for like 3 years. Well, actually 2 years. It was fine. It was okay. But I don't know. It didn't necessarily click with me. Like when they tried to push him as a singles wrestler, it didn't really work. But this personality, where he's a lot more unserious, a jokester, very much like Jay and Jimmy. I love this. This is working so well. And the serious personality that he had got transferred over to Jacob Fatu. And goodness gracious, Jacob is so goddamn over. Jacob is so over, and it's incredible. We'll get to him in a second. The crowd was behind hometown hero, LA Knight. There was a spot in this match that scared the living hell out of me. So, it came in towards the end. You had Penta up top of the ladder. Chad Gable, God damn it. I did it. I apologize. El Grande Americano. That's on me. El Grande reportedly, suspiciously, was fixing his mask. Because, you know, that thing was coming off, so you gotta make sure it was on right. But people were making accusations that he put a lead, some type of metal object in his mask. Sure. You're just jealous that he has a magnificent headbutt. Anyways, he was climbing inside the ring. A ladder was hanging on the turnbuckle. He literally rolled that ladder all the way to the one in the middle, climbed up that ladder, and headbutted Penta off. And then, not even seconds after that, he gets slammed off that ladder by LA Knight. And that was scary. When LA Knight hit him with that back body drop, he ate all of it. It was scary, scary. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That was one of the scariest spots that I've seen in matches like that. But yeah, that was a crazy spot. The Mexican Destroyer on the ladder, though. Look, the reason why Andrade was in this match was because he's one of the only people who can take a Mexican destroyer properly. And they needed someone to take a Mexican destroyer properly. So, there's that. And you saw it, right? It looked devastating. It was rough. I got scared, though. I got really scared when they showed the replay, and I was like, oh, fuck. Hope he's okay. We didn't see him after that, though. The spots that we got were all crazy, but the big moment was, you already knew they were coming out, so when they came out, shouldn't have been a surprise. Seth Rollins calls out his crew, Braun and Bronson. Say that 5 times fast. They come out, they start helping him clean house. Braun Breaker hits an amazing spear on El Grande Americano. It looked so goddamn crisp. Like, real talk. It looked amazing. Speared him out of his shoes. But then they clean house. And then Solo calls out his boys, JC Mateo and Jacob Fatu. They come out, they clean house. They clean everybody's clock. Jacob Fatu goes crazy. He hits I'm not joking you, he literally hurls Bronson Reed Samoan drop in the air. It was incredible. Incredible strength. And then takes everybody out. Helps Solo get up. Tells Solo, I love you, Solo! Walks him to the ring. Solo's just like, yes, sir. This is my belt. This is my briefcase. See ya. So he's climbing the ladder now. And you already saw it coming. You already sensed it coming. He gets all the way up the ladder. Jacob grabs Solo's leg. Solo's like, hey, why am I stuck? What? He's sold you like a cartoon character, but I love it. He's like, yo, like, why can't I move? Solo looks down. And then Jacob says the line we've all been waiting for. I hate you! Solo! Pulls him down, super kicks him, knocks his ass out, walks away. Jacob has officially left the bloodline. Love it. So good. So good. What a great moment. And then Seth Rollins climbs the ladder and wins the briefcase. Yeah. I'm not a fan. I would have gone with LA Knight. Yeah. Or El Grande Americano. They went to Seth Rollins. Which, look, we all know that he's not going to succeed in his cash-in. We all know that he's going to cash in on Jey Uso, probably, if not tomorrow night, if not this upcoming Monday, he'll probably cash in Night of Champions, Saturday Night's Main Event, somewhere before SummerSlam, because the deal is to get Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins on SummerSlam. If not CM Punk versus, CM Punk, Roman, and Sammy versus Seth Rollins' crew. Which is probably what we're going to do. We're probably going to get CM Punk, Roman, and Sammy versus Seth and his crew for SummerSlam instead of Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, which is what we should get. But we'll see where that goes. But they gave it to Seth to set that up. He's not going to win the belt. He's going to fail his cash-in. Trust me. But no, I wasn't a fan of it. I wasn't. It wasn't necessary. It's not needed. The Money in the Bank briefcase should be given to someone who you're going to make. Like an LA Knight. Like a El Grande Americano. But, I don't know. I just kind of feel like, for me personally, I just kind of feel like it should have went to someone else. That's just my opinion. But LA Knight, if he's in the briefcase match next year, he needs to go ahead and win it. I see people saying that LA Knight got screwed. LA Knight is done. He's not done, guys. He'll probably end up winning. Honestly, he could win King of the Ring. Why not? he could win King of the Ring, and then they do LA Knight versus John Cena at SummerSlam. Something to think about. Main event. The main event of the evening. Logan Paul, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. Jey Uso, the world champ. I won't lie to you. So, this match was boring as hell. It was slow. But it wasn't like the good kind of slow. It was boring slow. Like, almost put me to sleep slow. And I'm going to be honest with you. I am a little worried about the pacing of John Cena's matches lately. Because at first, I thought it was deliberate on purpose to get him heat. But now it kind of feels like, all right, they're slow because they have to be. Because he's not able to work that same style as much anymore. Right? The guy's 47. 48, 47 now. So his body probably can't work the style it used to. So he doesn't work at a fast pace. That's why he has to work slow. And, you know, it is what it is. Your body catches up to you. You can only work with what you got. But it doesn't lead to the best matches. So the first half of this was not great. It wasn't great at all. It was slow and boring. But then it got really good. It got good really fast. So in the middle of the match, John Cena and Logan Paul are arguing. They start arguing. And then that leads to Jey Uso getting the tag, hot tag on Cody. And then from that point forward, it was great. They hit their finishers, multiple FUs. I'm not calling it the attitude adjustment. Multiple FUs. Logan Paul hit this incredible... Oh, I'm giving him a compliment. Oh, hold up. Wait. Sorry. Yak. Okay, let's try that again. Logan Paul had an incredible... Okay, we're good. He had an incredible spot where he did a moonsault, springboard moonsault from literally the edge of the ring to the announcer table. That shit was incredible. I'll give him his props. I hated the son of a bitch. I still hate the son of a bitch for everything that he stands for, but that spot was crazy. I gotta give him another compliment, do I? So Logan Paul introduced what's called the Logan drone. So apparently, during his entrance and during the match now, he'll have his own personal drone fly to him. And he'll film himself executing moves. And so he called his drone over. And you got to see from the drone, Cody Rhodes climb up the ropes and hit a superplex while the drone is filming him. That was incredible. That looked awesome. Excuse me. We're back. So yes, no more compliments for Logan Paul. The match comes to an end when a masked figure enters the ring. This masked figure clotheslines John Cena and knocks him out with the belt. And you're asking yourself, who is in this masked figure? Who is this masked figure? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you want the truth, then the truth shall set you free. He removes the mask. I already knew it was R-Truth. When he showed up and I saw his skin, I'm like, is that R-Truth? It's R-Truth. Took off the mask. The place lost their minds. The crowd went nuts. Oh, that was such a good pop. Incredible pop. And then Cody Rhodes climbed inside the ring, hit the crossroads, and pinned John Cena 1, 2, 3. But here's the thing. When R-Truth hit John Cena with the belt, he was serious. Yeah, he's not the jokey character no more. I think they're bringing him back seriously as Ron Killings. That's awesome. And they're going to give him a serious push. Listen, I am perfectly fine with R-Truth holding a mid-card belt. If you want him to hold a mid-card belt, 100%. Although, you could push him. I know they're going to do R-Truth versus John Cena at Night of Champions. R-Truth is not beating John Cena. Point blank. But, I do think he should win a mid-card belt. Because, after bringing him back, after all of this hullabaloo, you got to give him something. So, I'm hoping that, who's the current IC champ? It's Dominic Mysterio. Who's the US champ on SmackDown? Jacob Fatu? That's gonna be hard. See, I don't even know. You would have to move him to Raw and have him beat Dominic. That feels right. That feels right. Yeah, that feels right. Switch him to Raw because of the draft or something like that. Or just switch him over there because. And then have him beat Dominic for the IC title. I'm cool with that. But I'm just glad he's back. I had a feeling that something was going to happen. There's a reason why they main evented with Cena, Logan, Cody, and Jey Uso. There's a reason why. And the reason why was because they were bringing back R-Truth. Now, there was also a side of me that was like, I saw The Rock's mom. The Rock's mom was live at the event. She was sitting behind the announcer table. And so a side of me was like, is The Rock showing up? He didn't, by the way. But every time I see The Rock's mom, I'm like, see if I'm smelling anything. No one's cooking nothing yet. But we'll see. We'll see. We're coming up to SummerSlam. We don't know what Cody's going to do. Now, Cody pinned John Cena. So we got to get Cena and Cody at some point before SummerSlam, right? Because I think whoever wins, unless Cody's in King of the Ring. Is Cody in King of the Ring? So they'll probably have, that means he's going to be LA Knight. All right, so Cody will probably win King of the Ring again. Well, did he win King of the Ring last year? That was Gunther. So he'll probably win King of the Ring this year, and then that's how we get Cena and Cody again for SummerSlam. If that's what they want to do. I have a feeling that we'll probably hold that off until later on this year. But if they do someone else versus Cena, who does Cody fight? They had him pin Cena here, so we have to do Cody and Cena. But if they don't do Cody and Cena, who does Cody fight? That's my question. Someone said, as if The Rock would show up. He didn't show up at WrestleMania. And that's the thing. I cannot ever expect The Rock to show up anymore. For the simple fact that he missed WrestleMania. If you're going to miss WrestleMania, my dude, that means you'll miss any show. So, I had no expectations for The Rock showing up ever again in any show. But that's just how I feel about it. That's my review. I thought it was a great show. The women had the better match, in my personal opinion. But you guys give me your thoughts. What was your match tonight? What are your grades for the show? Give me your scores, 1 through 10. 10 being the highest. A, B, C, D, F. What do you grade Money in the Bank? All right, I think it's time we crown some new champions. It's time we crown some new champions. Currently, the lead is $100 with 3 Diglets, and second place is $10. So we're going to see if anybody wants to at least try to challenge 3 Diglets. Couldn't hurt. Couldn't hurt to see what would happen.
Just a message to support. Also, with WWE owning AAA, how many titles do they own? I do see Evolution being WWE XTNAX AAA X NXT.
Lord have mercy. That'd be pretty crazy if they tried to do that. Just pretty crazy if they even consider adding all those names to it. Oh.
On second thought, I can't go out like that gold.
Drew Usher said, nope, you're not going to take that title. If you want, you're going to have to pry it from my dead hands. Drew Usher takes the lead for the secondary title. So the amount to beat for the secondary title is $20, but for first place, you got to donate more than $100. So I don't know who's going to step up, but right now, it's Drew Usher and Three Diglets.
I got a lot left in the tank.
Drew Usher said, psych! Y'all not getting my belt. $40 for Drew Usher. Yo, Drew, if you go ahead and donate an extra $80, you'll surpass Three Diglets. You'll surpass Three Diglets and get the lead. You might actually take the title away from him. Who knows? That's funny. Usher, my man. Drew Usher, appreciate it. The champ is here. The champs aren't going down without a fight. If you want these belts, you have to pry it from them. Because that's how a champion does it. I love it. I love it. Good stuff all around. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for continuing to support the channel and everything. It's always good. It's always good. But SD Kai says he has 200 on standby. Drop it. SD Kai, drop it. Drop it. If you got it on standby, let's see it. But be careful. Them sharks in these waters. Ron Red Nagala, this is why I'm not competing for the international title. Same goes to the Super Tag title. I'm saving my money for Comic-Con. I can commentate though, please. Guys, it's not recommended if you can't spare anything. If you need to save for bills or if you got things coming up, please save. Please save. I never require anybody to do anything. It's just you giving out of the kindness of your heart. All right, let me see what y'all in here talking about while we get ready to crown new champs here. A&B Convo says they were live at Worlds Collide at the Kia Forum, and it was a hell of a show. Yeah, it was excellent. It was fantastic. I absolutely love the show. I absolutely love the show. Let's see here. Drew Usher says, I'm just trying to retain, and you ain't beating Three Diglets. That's a rabbit hole you don't want to go down. Well, SD Kai looked at Three Diglets and asked Three Diglets, how much are you willing to drop? Well, here's the thing, SD Kai. Three Diglets will never tell you how much he's willing to drop. That's just a rabbit hole you'll have to go down. You're probably better off beating Drew Usher. I'm just letting you know. If you drop 200, you'll probably beat Drew Usher. But I don't think you're going to beat Three Diglets. I'm just letting you know. But at least if you drop it, you'll win a championship. We'll have to see. Something to think about. All right, let me see what else y'all talking about in here. Mr. Iguana is excellent. I love Mr. Iguana. He's just so perfect. He is perfect for WWE. That is literally what they look for. Stephanie Baker wrestling 3 shows. I do not recommend that for any wrestler. The fact that she did it, she's a trooper. And she came out unscathed. She somehow managed to come out unscathed. The wrong person won the men's Money in the Bank. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I get it, but I'm not a fan. They could have gone with somebody else. That's just me. That's just me. You can agree or disagree if you don't agree. Argue with your mamas. Game Shock says, I feel like El Vikingo versus Chad Gable was good, but not as good as his match against Omega in 2023. Oh, Vikingo's match against Omega that got 5 stars. Yeah, the 360 senton through the table was crazy. I thought he was going to do that on Gable. I thought he was going to do a 630 Phoenix Splash on Gable, but then Gable stopped him and hit the moonsault. Fair enough. If you thought Omega's match against him was better, cool. I also like that Vikingo slowed down his style to match Chad Gable and work that WWE style. So it shows you that Vikingo really can work like any style if you need him to. Let me see here. Yeah, it sucks that LA Knight didn't win. I get it. He's got to win the big one eventually. He will. Lyra versus Becky was decent, but Becky winning by grabbing the tights wasn't really smart. I thought it was. It protects Lyra, but it also puts heat on Becky. So we can agree to disagree there. They're teasing Becky versus Bayley for Evolution. Really? For Evolution? So then Becky has to lose the belt back to Lyra. Night of Champions? By Night of Champions, right? Maybe that's when Bayley returns. Whenever they do the rematch, I think Bayley interferes. Drew Usher. LA Knight went wrong when they gave him the United States Championship and was mid at best. Y'all only care about someone when they're chasing them. That's fair. That's fair. Drew Usher says, drop the 200 and see. Drew Usher's like, see what happens. Roll that dice. Roll that dice. I dare you. He's like, I double dog dare you. Trey Lucado says Punk might win King of the Ring. Ooh. So Punk might win King of the Ring. Actually, that makes a lot more sense. You have Punk win King of the Ring, and then you do Cena and Punk at SummerSlam. But they said respective world titles, so wouldn't Punk be going after Jey Uso? Well, you want someone from Raw and SmackDown winning. So if I'm giving it to Jay Cargill on the SmackDown side, and then the Raw side, yeah, it probably does need to be Punk. It'll probably be Punk. I'm okay with that, honestly. We'll have to see about that. Duran Kenchad. Yeah, I was just talking to my mom and my sister about how Solo Sikoa is showing himself now as a character. And that's his gimmick. And apparently he was doing this a lot on the house shows, where he was showing this personality, but was only showing it off screen. But it came out of nowhere for me. I'm like, when did he get this personality? It's great, but when did he get it? Movie Maker. Can't wait to see Goldberg return and Gunther's match on Monday. Yeah, Goldberg's totally coming back. Calling that now. SD Kai, my dude. You gonna drop the 200 or what? I'm trying to see what SD Kai is gonna do, and I'm actually about to call it. So SD Kai, if you're not going to donate, then it looks like both men retain. Both men will retain. 3 Diggers retains with 100, and Drew Usher will retain with 40. So what are we doing? I guess SD Kai is saying he will challenge for the belt at SummerSlam. Is that what we're doing? You see 3 Diggers right there, right? 3 Diggers is like, what you gonna do, buddy? Alright, so SD Kai has decided he is not dropping 200. He will be dropping it at SummerSlam. So there you go. He's already called his shot. He said in August, he's dropping 200. Okay. Fair enough. Well, in that case, ladies and gentlemen, we do not have new champions. The current champs will end up retaining. Drew Usher retains with 40, and 3 Diglets will retain with 100. So we're going to go ahead and close out the super chats here. Thank you all so much. Let me go ahead and put their names back on the super chat banners here. So talk to me, 3 Diglets. Drew Usher, when do you want to defend your belts? You have multiple shows coming up. You have Night of Champions later on this month. You have Evolution. You have All In. You have you have Saturday Night's Main Event and then Evolution next month. And then you got SummerSlam. Those are the shows coming up. So I'm very curious to know when you guys will be defending these belts. Or, if you want to be daring, you can just defend them every fucking show, every time I go live. Up to you about that. So I'll let them decide when they want to defend them belts. But it looks like you guys are going to retain. Because I thought someone was going to drop a fatty. Hold on 1 second. One of these days, someone will actually challenge 3 Diglets. Give them a challenge. Yes, 3 Diglets is still here. Night of Champions is the 28th, right? Hold up. When is Night of Champions 2025? Yes, it's June 28th. So that's in 3 weeks. After SummerSlam, ooh, that's a good question. What is the pay-per-view? Let's see, PLE schedule. Let me see. So we have Night of Champions, Great American Bash, Evolution, SummerSlam, Clash in Paris. Clash in Paris is on August 31st. August 31st is the next PLE after that. Clash in Paris. Alright, Drew Usher chooses Night of Champions. Awesome. 3 Diglets, do you want Clash in Paris? That's far. That's a long away. That's at the that's going to be at the end of August. All right, there it is. So 3 Diglets has chosen Clash in Paris, and in 3 weeks, Drew Usher will be defending his belt for Night of Champions. So I'm assuming, Drew Usher, if you successfully defeat it then, you'll probably end up defending it at SummerSlam. Right? And if you defend it at SummerSlam, what we'll do with SummerSlam, we'll do a 2-night thing. So whoever donates the most money of those 2 nights will win the belt. If you do it at SummerSlam. Clash in Paris 2025. Sounds good. Sounds good with me. So I think we're set for I think the next 2 titles. All right, so there you go, 3 Diglets. And now we're going to update Drew Usher's. That's crazy, y'all. Like it's interesting that things are starting to get a little bit more exciting for WWE. Now that the cool down period's kind of I won't say the cool down period has dissipated, but let me see. is getting a little bit more exciting. Shows are getting a little bit more interesting. I'm trying to edit this in. All right, Drew Usher, you have retained your title. Congrats, buddy. I was getting worried there for a little bit. I was like, oh man, he didn't buy himself a Nintendo Switch. I don't know if he's going to be able to do much. But he said, nah, I ain't going out like that. All right, Night of Champions 2025 will be the next time we have a title defense. Coming up in 3 weeks. So I guess, I'm assuming this means that Drew Usher is going to be the fighting champ. While Three Diglets is the quarterly, only defends the belt when it matters, prize fighter, Brock Lesnar type. All right, I think that's going to do it. All right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Still, your Super Chat champion, Three Diglets, the kiss stealing, willing, Dylan, son of a gun, kiss the girls, make them cry, yeah, I mean. And then, of course, Drew Usher. Sorry, I need to actually save. Don't know why I didn't save that time. All right. Did it save this time? There it is. Drew Usher will be the main one fighting, defending the belt. So, there you have it. Oh, Three Diglets, now you're saying SummerSlam? Oh, he changed it to SummerSlam. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Do you want to do Saturday or Sunday? You want to do it Saturday or Sunday? Never mind. Sorry, I just looked at the chat. I just saw the chat. So, I guess it is SummerSlam. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, Three Diglets. Okay, we'll change it really quickly. So for right now, here's what we'll do. If Drew Usher decides after he defends the belt to also do it at SummerSlam, we'll do night 1 SummerSlam, and then night 2 will be for the world title. So night 1 for the secondary, the international, and then world will be for night 2, like we did with WrestleMania. And I'm pretty sure your boyfriend, your arch nemesis, Corpse CA, will probably be waiting for you too, Three Diglets. That's gonna be fun. Getting Corpse CA back. Oh lord. All right, so there you go. Three Diglets will be defending his belt at SummerSlam. Let me see here. Clone. And he'll be doing it Sunday. Well, SD Kai, you promised you dropped that 200. So we'll see. We'll definitely see if it's worth, if you'll be able to match Three Diglets. So, WWE SummerSlam 2025. Hey there. Okay. This live chat is... One second. All right. Okay, I think I fixed it. One man army here, y'all. I'm doing all this by myself. There it is. SummerSlam 2025. Excited. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Still your champs. Three Diglets. And then, of course, we got Drew Usher defending his belt properly. So we'll definitely see how that goes. Yeah, so SD Kai, if you compete on Saturday, you'll be competing for the secondary belt. That's if Drew Usher retains. So that's what he's saying. You'll be facing Drew Usher for the secondary belt. If you want to face Three Diglets, you gotta donate on Sunday. Does that make sense? Because it's 2 nights. SummerSlam's 2 nights. And be careful. These sharks. So if y'all gonna drop them, be ready. That's all I'm gonna say with that. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. It's late. And I appreciate y'all for watching. As always, y'all know what to do. Leave a like. Leave a comment. I appreciate you for making me a part of your day. As you follow out, do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that button to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. SD Kai says, has there ever been a double champion? Yeah, 3 Diglets. 3 Diglets at one point held 3 belts. He held A and B combos, and he held these 2 belts. So, but Drew Usher's like, no, you're sorry, that's not gonna work. Sorry, you're not gonna beat me, SD Kai. Drew Usher's like, you can try, but you're not. SD Kai is like really talking that big game. I'm excited for SummerSlam. It's gonna be a big one. All right, y'all get out of here. It's late. Love you all, and thank you for making me a part of your day. This is Alyx, just Alyx, signing out right here in Alyx's world, the place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm out. Peace.
When you're